The man was carrying out an assassination mission, but a beautiful woman suddenly appeared in his scope. He just glanced at her a few times and his heart rate immediately shot above 100. Mike knew clearly that in this state his shooting accuracy would drop significantly, so he quickly adjusted his breathing rhythm and re-aimed his scope at the target. Only when his heart rate returned to optimal levels did he decisively pull the trigger. Unexpectedly, the woman moved suddenly and ended up blocking the path of the bullet. Mike wanted to fire another shot, but the bodyguards on the other side were clearly trained. Their first reaction was to swiftly pull the curtains. Realizing the mission had failed, Mike didn't hesitate at all. He immediately packed up his gear to retreat. His movements were fast but not panicked. Clearly, he had already prepared for emergencies. He picked up the shell casing and put on his helmet, hurried downstairs and got on his prearranged e-bike. Just as he brushed past the arriving police, Mike chose to escape through quiet alleys, which helped conceal his trail and allowed him to dispose of his tools along the way. Seeing a garbage truck parked by the roadside ahead, he simply threw the backpack with the firearm into it. After riding for a while, he decisively abandoned the e-bike and casually tossed his helmet into the river. Then he entered a convenience store. Under the excuse of using the restroom, he quickly stripped off all his clothes, carefully washed every inch of his body to remove any trace of gunpowder, then changed into a tourist outfit. Before leaving, he even sprayed some cologne by the sink to mask the smell. Next, he flagged down a random taxi by the roadside and headed to the airport. Before entering the terminal, he took out his spare pistol, wiped off all fingerprints and threw it into a trash bin. Even though there was nothing suspicious on him now, he still felt uneasy when the security dog at the entrance stared him down. So he calmly left the line and turned into the restroom, and once again thoroughly cleaned his body. He couldn't afford to take any risks. Then, using forged identification, he successfully checked in for his flight. Just then, he received a call from his employer. Mike knew very well for a hitman, a failed mission could lead not only to retaliation from the target, but sometimes even being silenced by the client. So he didn't dare relax for a second. After hanging up, he immediately removed the SIM card and crushed the phone underfoot to avoid being tracked. Even on the plane, Mike stayed on high alert. He kept a close eye on the surrounding activity, and soon noticed a suspicious man seemed to be watching him. During a connecting flight, Mike was surprised to find that the same man had also transferred flights. Even more coincidentally, they ended up in the same waiting lounge. This meant they were again on the same flight. Sensing danger, Mike chose to change his flight and temporarily checked into a hotel near the airport. He immediately ordered a large dinner, but he wasn't truly hungry. He was simply looking for anything he could use to defend himself. He placed a glass against the doorknob and set a tray cover underneath it, creating a makeshift alarm system. Then he placed a dinner knife beside him. Just in case, he spent the whole night sitting on the couch. Luckily, nothing happened that night. The next morning, Mike carefully checked the surroundings of his room and confirmed the man had not reappeared. Only then did he feel safe enough to continue. After boarding his flight smoothly, he eventually reached his destination. His pickup truck was waiting outside the airport. Though everything seemed fine so far, Mike never once let his guard down along the way. To ensure complete safety, he deliberately switched routes multiple times, even circling around half the city. After several detours, he finally drove to a hidden villa in the remote suburbs. But as soon as he reached the front door, he sensed something was wrong. There were two unfamiliar footprints on the ground, and several cigarette butts scattered nearby. He immediately realized something was very wrong.